Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Radiant team ban.
I mean, 73 kills in 33 minutes. There's always a little bit of action. I saw people complaining, oh, this is the worst observer ever. I'm sorry, you try observing that sort of stuff when that much action is going on. Something is always happening at some stage of the map, and if you're looking here, something's happening over there. So, just gotta say that, because you're doing a good job, Aries. You're catching a lot of the action.
Radiant team pick.
Lion.
Exactly. Feedback, not flaming. That's what we like to hear. Always
Radiant
open to hear it as
team
well.
pick.
But
Grimstroke.
hopefully, as we head into the 9th hour of our casting for today, we can keep the energy up. It always seems to go as a bit of an ebb and flow, right? You know, you start out really excited, then you get the peak series. There's a little bit of a drop towards the end, but as we see the light at the end of the tunnel with the last game of the series in sight, I feel like, at least I do, I get a bit of a lift.
5 seconds remaining.
Yes. Yeah, true.
Dire team pick.
We've got many an all-nighter. Oof, nice little combo to start things out. Doom much stronger these days just because the heroes that are currently in the meta, and of course comboing together with the
Dire
Grimstroke,
team
who's strong
back.
enough in his own right.
Wraith King.
Wraith King, good enough response to it. I'm just going to need to see more damage coming out from Southfield that are going to be able to take out this Wraith King for his first life.
Radiant team
or
back.
second, whichever we want to do. But like, you can't rely on this Doom to kill a target. There needs to be that follow-up. Maybe something like DP, Leshrac. I want to see those come through. And
10
Leshrac
seconds
as
remaining.
well. I'm
Dire
actually quite
team
surprised.
ban. Radiant team ban.
And no Oracle. I am stunned that there has been no Oracle so far. Even, like, you've seen, like, one Shadow Shaman as well? Hmm.
10 seconds remaining.
When the puck started getting picked a bit more.
5 seconds remaining.
Well, this time around, Southfield, they had the first pick, but they're still like, no puck. We're going to
Dire team
not run
back.
the risk of Alacrity playing it, even though he didn't put in the best performance in their series against Boom on that one there, but very good hero, wanting to take that away from his point. It felt like they were kind of always thinking of going into this Grim Doom combination.
Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick. Dire team pick.
Dusk.
10 seconds remaining.
So what's going to come through here? What's going to round this out? But maybe
5
this is the
seconds
Oracle game,
remaining.
you know? They've got a lot of aggression right now on South Build, so I feel like you need a defensive support. Whether that's the ABBA or something like an Oracle still remains to be seen. Hell, it could even be something like an Omni Knight, who knows, but quite keen to see how they're going to look to respond to this here on Gallic. They got the damage so far on South Build, that's for sure. They're on the same wavelength as me as to what's going to kill this Wraith King. Still needs more though. Mid lane, high damage, nothing passive.
Radiant team pick.
Imba spirit.
I want to see the Storm Spirit.
10 seconds remaining.
Lion's good against it, but, you know,
5
provided
seconds
that
remaining.
your laning stage goes well, and as soon as you get that Orchid, just find the Lion, basically, is the name of the game. Take him out with a deep in zip. You can even pair together with a Grimstroke a little bit for the Inkswell on top of you, just to provide that little bit of extra damage. But we shall see.
Dire team pick.
Ursa warrior.
Dire team ban.
It's still damaged. I don't hate it.
Radiant team ban. Dire team ban.
Yeah. I mean, potentially, right? It depends as well how Southport want to lane this. Like, with many teams, we see them run the Tusk as a 5. I don't think it's going to work against this Darkseer.
Radiant
Maybe just needing
team
the
ban.
Grimstroke A for the, Inkswell kill potential. But also just to use the Stroke of Fate to be able to clear out the Iron Shell creep, whatever it may be on. It's going to be really important to make sure that the Ursa's not getting bullied out of the lane super early on, because, again, they've got a lot of damage right now on the Ursa.
10
sorry, on
seconds
South
remaining.
Build. It's just
Dire
about
team pick.
getting, I suppose, a bit more of the crowd control needed to be able to lock in onto the Wraith King in particular. So that's why I really like the Darkseer. Not only is it a good matchup against the Ursa, a good amount of crowd control. I mean, melee heroes as well. They've got 3 of them so far, so Darkseer's Iron Shell is going to be super value. But
10 seconds remaining.
you've also got the Surge, which are going to be used to get away from a lot of this early aggression coming
5
through
seconds
from
remaining.
South Build.
Radiant team pick.
The undying waits.
Not the new hero, though. Just a 5, you know? Protect up the Wraith King a little bit. You've got probably a double strength lane that you're going into, so you're reducing their HP as well as their damage, which is always nice.
10 seconds remaining.
Again, it just feels like, you know, I was talking about maybe the Oracle,
5
maybe the
seconds
Abaddon.
remaining.
Undying kind of fulfills the same sort of thing, and with melee lineups as
Anti-mage.
well.
You may now select your
You kind of
heroes.
need to commit real heavy in onto killing that tombstone, especially if you're in onto the high ground with it. And with something like a Darkseer, that sets up so many different possibilities for, you know, vacuum walls, multi-man impales coming through from Yokam, and hell, even Alacrity once he gets a good amount of farm, or at least a decent amount, with the Maelstrom potentially coming through and dishing out a ton of damage. So I don't mind this Galaxy Racer draft at all, but South Build, they're going to be layering out a ton of aggression with their first 4 picks. Offlane Ursa, when's the last time we've seen that?
Grabe naman yun. Grabe naman yun.
Tell me about it. What do you hate about it? Maybe it's Jokem's job as the four to just buy the boots of speed, to try cutting the wave a little bit, and essentially just get the Dark Sea to level 3 as quickly as possible. Maybe join together with this Undying lane and try and get some kills there. That's all I can really think of, because you're right, he's not going to be doing much in terms of kill potential in the lane. I think it's all about the lane manipulation, at least at the very start.
Grabe naman yun.
It would have been like 2 years, I think, since Ursa offlane was really a thing.
I'm so strong, guys.
People
I'm so
like
strong.
to pick it into I don't even know if you can call them passive, but just like these melee cores, right? It was kind of similar to how LC is picked these days, where you go forward to get a last hit, you just get whacked a couple of times.
You have done this kingdom a
up with the Fury swipes having it's only an 8-second reset time at level 1, but all you need really is 2 points in it to really start to punish some of these cores that are looking to sit in lane, not be too mobile, as In Your Dream will want to be.
30
See what Henry
seconds
is
to
able to
battle.
do with it.
Oh, that is too good. That is too good.
Let us fight!
The battle begins.
No. Me? Never. I'm gonna get 3. Oh, skills at the blink, level 1, just to make sure he gets that bounty arena, basically equivalent to a creep for everyone. But how many creeps is it gonna cost him in the lane is the... Oh, you can't demand that I do it and then you're like, oh, I don't know, I might wait a couple of minutes.
The Dusk is always ready for a fight.
Is that because of this Undying pick? Look, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, And I feel like his performance on any of these heroes has been fantastic. Let's not forget that the game that they did lose was the one where he was able to get that amazing Lotus Orb off that nearly turned the game around with the Gyrocopter getting an Ultra kill. I'm sad that there wasn't the tiny airline stuff, though. I really want to hear that. We get to see Neon. believe that's it for the first time.
I have punching for you.
Play again.
Good soil here.
No.
Not a fan? It was a question.
The ink tide beckons.
Here you die.
All that you need is to be out of position once against this line, and that Hex is just going to make you very immobile. They actually did have the Iron Shell onto Yokem that time, as well as Mizu, so they had the double Iron Shell damage ticking through onto him. That was enough to take
Yes, I
out
haven't
as
been
well.
Radiant's top tower is under
Set their
attack.
eyes on you. This would make a great story for you, if you were going to live.
I don't think he minds that all that much on the Undying, when he was down to 90 or so mana. Just get some free refill,
Radiant
essentially able to pick up his
structures
boots
are
and go straight back to lane. I'm sure he's asking right now, hey, in your dream, you need anything? No. So here he goes and buys the magic wand recipe. Straight on back, start laying down the harass onto Enryu one more time.
Prepare for a lesson.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Nail. Side fist.
Ignorant of true flame.
What surge is this?
Yeah, really awesome timing coming through by the Tusk there to potentially save, but that Orb of Corrosion, it's just too much. The minus armor on a Doom, you know, they gave him a little bit, not quite enough though. Didn't have the Devour, making sure to run through onto the back lines, get rid of
Dire's
that siege
structures
creep.
are
So he's level
fortified.
6, has to be careful that we just TP back to this lane.
The scales balanced.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Oh, that's not good though.
Money changes hands.
To be fair, you can't really predict that Yokem was going to be there. He goes and steals the bounty room, which is always a big plus. Who have they got camping in the mid lane? Just Samael. I don't think he's even got a
Radiant's
single bit of
top
experience,
tower
or if
is
it
under
was,
attack.
it was all denied up by Alacrity here. So tons of experience being lost as a result
The
of
rune
that.
of haste.
Feedback and death coming through. Again, just the efficiency coming through. There's a lot of solid communication from Galaxy Racer. Yokem, he's soaking up the farm here. Have they noticed it just yet on South Build as the haste gets popped? They move down towards the bottom side. Ion Shell. Hitting onto Alacrity. Where'd he go? They know.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Dies pure.
You are most gracious.
Zenki even reveals
Radiant's
himself with that
bottom
stroke
tower
effect.
is
Didn't
under
actually claim
attack.
anything, I don't think. Maybe it might have got one range crit, but he's going to start to walk back in, I think, with the AM TPing back to the lane. Even the Tusk is coming through. I don't think they can see it due to the night time. Mizu, he's just farming up that small camp.
Radiant's bottom tower is falling.
Nothing more to teach.
Good show.
Cannot
battle dictate your demise.
You're doomed!
A master's death.
Get thee to the underscape.
It's a heavy commitment, and Mob's still stuck around. He's at least got that blink. He's only level 1. So cool down. It's gonna be a bit small, though.
Double damage.
I'll let you change your game prediction if you want. Okay. I mean, you can. I've allowed you.
Transfigures.
I'm a generous god.
Once again.
All right.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Never refuse gold given.
Radiant are scanning. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Well, it's not great for the AM either, though, right? Like, you have to stand there and farm. You've got nothing that's able to secure range creeps like, at least an Earth an Earth Storm, you don't do the animation. You know, you can use your Chaos Bolt, you can use your Storm Hammer.
Dire's
to
middle
secure
tower
something
is
with
under
one of these
attack.
other heroes. AM, he's just got himself. He needs to tank up so much more. Your support is much heavier into buying regen, and that's why it meant that ring of health going down was a pretty big deal for the anti-mage being sniped off by the Courier at the 6-minute mark. He finally did get it when he respawned, but all that pressure. I'm watching. He's gonna need to enrage though.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Roshan has fallen to the Radiant.
Tis mine.
Like, alright, respect. I'll
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Remember when Ursa was like a pos 4 occasionally, and jungle was a thing?
Ember strength, now rekindled.
It's just too powerful.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
No. Like, not
Dire's
pure jungle.
structures
Like,
are
if I was playing the
fortified.
pos 5, I would occasionally take the
Dire's
small
top
camp
tower
when the lane
is
was
under
pushed out a
attack.
little bit and I couldn't pull.
Radiant
and it was like,
structures
it
are
was a crappy
fortified.
camp, you know?
Behold the fiery gaze.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
I see the difference here as well. Mizu, in the previous game where he was playing, there was so much magic damage to deal with that he had to go the pipe. It's a pretty heavy gold investment though, about 2,500 gold. This time around, he just wants his base items. The infused raindrops are acting as kind of like a pseudo pipe for himself, and then he's just going to go straight on into Acceptor. They got the Doom? Ooh. It's fine. Like, you're a core Doom, you need the minus, you need to be able to scale and just run people down, essentially. Nice defense there. Double Doom.
You are doomed.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
My soul. Walls are made of nerve, while co-conspirators. A failed defense.
That was such good team play coming out there from Galaxy Razor. Even just the tiny
Radiant's
things you
middle
pointed out
tower
there,
is under
alacrity
attack.
with the slide of fist searing chains, just allowing them to get that little bit of extra space, get away from the Doom, the wall of replica drop for the slow, the you mentioned the soul rip, Paulson just putting himself there on the front lines. He's the one holding the possessed mask. He's got a ton of extra HP because of that primary attribute bonus. He's whacking away at people already because of the flesh golem just to bump up the damage, but he's dealing a good amount in his own right.
Radiant are scanning. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Yes. Could it even just be a Lotus Orb again? I feel like it's not the worst item to be able to have. You know, it discourages using the Doom, of course. You might need a little bit of armor for yourself.
A tool to teeth, be ensnared in fire.
Like that might not be too bad.
Dire's top tower
Getting
is
dived
under
on pretty
attack.
I join the wild spirits.
Bonded, you and I. Come and fight me. Remnants of my And so I end.
Where next to sink my blade?
This is the first time he's actually joined a team fight. Like, he's joined with his Sacred Relic, so you know that they're in a good position to fight, and I've double stacked.
The wise king always has an army in the wings. No,
It is mine.
you mentioned a dear Nursa? Where would I find that?
Nice early timing coming through from In Your Dream. Well
Radiant's
away,
middle tower
the top
has
hero
fallen.
in this game in terms of net worth, and their target prioritization was good at the end of that, making sure to take out Samael. Man, that snowball. They shouldn't have been in that good of a position. He was clutching all
Radiant's
through it.
middle tower is under attack.
He already got a whole locket on the Undying. Like, they are doing a ton of healing using this soul root. And you don't want to use the Doom onto the Undying. Like, maybe if he gets clipped up as the secondary target with the Soul Bard, you're like, alright, sweet, that's the ideal scenario, but pretty rare.
Dire's
that's
top tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Bounty!
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, they're just going to continue to move on the Radiant side of the map, trying to take as many objectives as they can. Yokan, he's sitting here just
Radiant's
protecting
bottom
Alacrity.
tower is
He's got
under
this
attack.
big wave of Raid King
Radiant
skeletons as well,
structures
helping
are
to take down the
fortified.
tower. Just doing a secondary job of protecting the creep wave. Well, they're not going to respawn quickly enough to be able to do that, but tower
Radiant
in a
are
pretty
scanning.
decent amount of trouble. Because Alacrity is just continuing to sit under the safety of the fog. But next wave coming through, that'll be enough, along with the Wraith King, to be able to take it down.
Now we're rolling deep.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Like they realize on South, okay, we've got Anti-Mage, we've
Radiant's
got Midas
bottom
too,
tower
which
has
you
fallen.
need to have, right? Like it's
Dire's
just
top
core
tower
to do
is
these
under
days.
attack.
Diffuser Blade on an Ursa, not as much. Still
Radiant's bottom
Blade roll, it kind
tower
of
is under
feels like
attack.
he's the teamfight enabler, but he has so many less strings to his bow than someone like Mizu, you know, who is now buffing up Alacrity's HP because he's got the Axe. He's also got
Radiant's bottom tower is
a
under
haste
attack.
essentially as part of his toolkit. He's got a slow. He's got a vacuum wall that's going to be able to set up for some amazing
Of no honor.
decays even.
Haste.
Your place is here.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Agony.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's courier has been killed. Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
And the worst possible result for a Doom. No Devour on cooldown, no Midas on cooldown, so all this time is wasted. And they're just taking away the Radiant side of the map. Like, where can you farm? They're going to need to try and find a way, like, Marv's doing his best. He's got his Manta style now at least, but, well, he's standing scarily close to in your dream.
Dusk is always
Radiant's
ready to
courier
Go
has
over
been
to the
killed.
other side of the map. Like, you need to be playing in their triangle.
I'm glad they did something. My sword. Was that some
Radiant's
sort of
top tower is under attack.
It's just the communication for mine. Like, even that time, it's
Radiant's
been two
top
team
tower
fights now
has
when
fallen.
Doom hasn't used the Doom.
I know.
This is getting
Radiant's
close to
top
it.
tower is under
real close
attack.
to calling it. Like, he hasn't used the Doom, A, because of the good individual play coming through from the win in the previous team fight, but that time around he felt like he had the opportunity. He just was waiting for the Grimstroke, but
Speedy
Grimstroke could
rule
just
of
previously
haste.
TP back to
Radiant's
base.
top
So you're
tower
fighting a
has fallen.
4v5 with an underfarmed anti-mage against, you know, a Wraith King that's huge, a really strong early game
Radiant's
hero
middle
in the
tower
Undying,
is under attack.
and I feel like they've got great synergy as well with their items. You know, you've got the Orb of Corrosion, you've got the Desolator as well. So hell, speaking of the Undying, he's even just right-clicking for a huge amount.
Never refuse gold given.
When you're flesh golemed as well. Oh.
Radiant are scanning.
Money changes hands.
See the use of that damage amp. It just melts. Medallion, Desolator, Orb of Corrosion, Flash Golem. That's right.
Roshan has fallen to the Dire.
I like it on Alacrity. I think they've given it over to him just because he's getting in so deep. They wanted to just continuously be able to fight, and if you're constantly refreshing these shards after you're picking off the squishier supports, that's exactly what you need to do. So
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, I'm loving it. The searing chains leveled
Dire's
up
bottom
at
tower
15
is
as
under
well.
attack.
So he's got now the
Radiant's
maximum
top
duration
tower
of
is
4
under
seconds.
attack.
You can't roll in the snowball during that, and with the amount of damage that they're able to output, they should easily be able to take out this Tusk, who's still 700 or so gold away from his blink dagger.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen. Radiant's top tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
That's an early claw.
Let us fight!
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
It's going to be one of those empires.
So serem guys, so serem.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Now, if there was ever a sheesh moment, that would have been it. Come on, I mean, what's the point?
Radiant's top barracks are under attack. Radiant's top barracks has fallen. Radiant's top barracks has fallen.
I'm got a few too many years on me for that.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Radiant's middle barracks
Hell,
has
even just in
fallen.
that team combo, right? You get that initial combo off, and with Alacrity, Charlie was just able to pick up. I mean, he just deals so much burst damage. He was like 3-man remnant in, getting kills, and then just another 3-man remnant because of the kills they get. Nice.
Radiant's middle barracks are under attack.
Finally, they do love a brute. It's not a lion, though.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle barracks has fallen.
I hope it was worth it.
My friend.